Good morning, everybody. Yo, Tuesday morning. Very bad. This one it's very painful, very painful. If you are South African, this is a very painful one. Painful the way we lost. All right. We are not paining because we didn't play well. We are paining due to the fact that we feel that we have been robbed. I'm sorry, I have to put it that way. We have been robbed. I want us to discuss that. It's myself, Tsepang, Lasbon, and Sheikhs Mangobangwen. Sheikhs played football. He will tell us a little bit about the experience in Africa. Welcome back to the show, guys. It's Tuesday morning. Let's discuss this thorny issue. Tsepang, welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome. Thank you very much to you, Mr. Shabalala, and to you, Mr. Sheikhs. And yeah, welcome to the viewers. Yeah, Tuesday morning. I could say it's a very heartfelt time at the moment, but yeah, we're here to unpack that, and yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the show. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you, Tsepang. Sheikhs, let's welcome you back and tell us what's the story.
Hi, Sobri. Good morning to your viewers and to Tsepang there. Yeah, it's Tuesday morning, and yeah, we're going to unpack what happened in Ghana. Yeah, disappointing that we're still having this type of officiating in Africa. You know, only God knows when Africa will catch up with the rest of the world, and we're not having all these officiating problems which we've been having for years and years. Yeah, it's disappointing, Prasol.
Guys, let's start here before we talk about the goal and the penalty. And I must say, a dubious penalty. A dubious penalty. That should be clear. Let's start here, the game. Sheikhs, what's your take? How did you see Bafana Bafana? You as Sheikhs Mangoba Ngwenya, the man who played at highest level, the man who played in Africa, how did you take the game?
Yeah, Prasobri, I have to say it was always going to be a tough game, you know. The young boys, the young squad that Hugo Bros has taken to Ghana, and I must say they've done well throughout the campaign, you know. But it was always going to be tough going to Ghana, with Ghana needing 3 points to qualify, and we also needing to at least secure a draw West result to qualify. So it was always going to be difficult, you know. When you look at the squad that went to Ghana, I don't think all of them or many of them have the experience in playing in Africa. And, you know, playing in Africa is a different kettle of sheep. It's not like playing in the PSL. There's a lot of psychological games that come with playing in Africa, you know. Which is why I was disappointed, because, you know, there's certain players that we wanted there to be in that national team who are not in the national team, and they have this experience. And currently, these players are playing in the best team in the country, you know. So you'd expect to have your best soldiers, your most experienced soldiers when you're going to war, soldiers who have the experience of going to Africa, you know. So it was always going to be difficult for the boys, you know, but yeah, they did well under the circumstances. And unfortunately, we lost to a very dubious penalty, you know. It was daylight robbery from these referees, and definitely an inquiry needs to be taken. Something needs to be done, you know. Harsher punishment needs to be given to officiating of this sort, because I think that's the reason why this carries on all the time, is because the punishment it doesn't match. So these guys, they just go on, you know. Yeah.
Tsepa, I want us to dive into it. I don't want us to look at Bafana Bafana. I wanted to hear Sheiks because we are not going to have Sheiks in this next show. So as a former player, I wanted him to tell us how did he see Bafana Bafana. Now let's dive into the penalty. Tsepa, was it that a penalty? Or what did you see?
Okay. First things first. At any given day, depends who officiates the match, and it's all up to the referee on the day who's officiating the match. Most referees wouldn't give it, but some will give it. That's the thing, because now the most important thing is, as a player, once you get touched inside the box, you normally get advised, and you'll be advised, they'll tell you that once you're in the box, if there's any contact or anything, just fall, just go on the ground, you know, because you never know what might happen. So for this instance, this is what happened, but it was too soft, you know. The way we saw it, it was too soft, but that's why I'm saying that it depends who officiates the match on the day. Other referees wouldn't give it, others would give it. But now this is when VAR comes into place. You see, now this is when we really need VAR, you know, because most decisions, you can take them on the spot, but then you might need some time to actually, let me just go review, let me just go review the decision that I just took, you know. So I think that's the missing piece. I mean, if we can debate about this as long as we can. But I think if there was VAR in place, we wouldn't be having this discussion today.
Tsepa, I wouldn't agree with you. VAR, no VAR, this was a blatant robbery. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. I don't know how far, you know, how many times should we keep on complaining? When we play in Africa, we are not welcome well. The conditions are being made very difficult, even before we go to the field of play. But when they come here, we try by all means to give them the best. Ever since we were welcome, since from 1990 to the world football, we have never reciprocated or revenged, but this thing, it continues unabated. Firstly, we are told that Bafana Bafana were made to travel 9 hours to the ground. That's not what is happening in South Africa when they come here. All right? And then not only on this penalty, the referee was questionable. Not only the referee, even the linesman. As you can see what I've put on the picture here, before Ayu can kick that ball, you can see that guy of Ghana, it's inside the 18 area. Forget about the penalty now, but what do you call this? All right, we hear that SAFA are calling for people to sign petition, and I hope you guys have signed, because really, this will go unpunished, just like Sheikh said. And you know what is concerning? If you go to other parts, other continent, you don't see this. In Europe, we don't hear your Finland complain that I went to Greece. This is the kind of treatment that they gave us. And I wonder, is it this treatment given to all teams or only South Africa? This is one of the things that I'm asking. You know, and I don't know. I start to suspect that it's given to only South Africa, this kind of treatment. And we need to continue to open our hands, our arms, and say, okay, guys, I don't think so. I don't think so. We love our African brothers and sisters, but this has gone too far. That was not the penalty, Tsepa. Football is a men's game. Of course, what were you expecting the boy to do? I mean, he was balancing. And then as he was balancing, and what happened? Unfortunately, in the process, that guy, he was not pushed. He just threw himself down. In fact, he was supposed to get a yellow card for what he did. That's how I saw it. I don't know, Shakes, I don't know, what did you see in that penalty? And then coupled with that, you played in Africa. Tell us the treatment that you guys have been receiving up there.
Yes,
and not all in Africa. To be honest, SADC countries, we don't have a problem. Shakes, you'll bear with me. I mean, Shakes, you can testify to that. You played in Botswana. We don't have this kind of treatment in SADC countries. But up there, we start having problems. I don't know why. I'm not sure about the Central Africa, but it's like even at DRC, things are not going well when we are there. But Shakes, you can tell me better.
Yeah, well, possibly. Unfortunately, I've also experienced the same kind of treatment going in West Africa, you know. Playing in Cameroon was very hostile. From the time you get to the airport to the trips you have to take, which take you hours to get to the hotel. You get to the hotel, the water is not coming out, or the water is brown, the food is not right. It's all these mind games that come with playing in Africa, you know. So you have that, and I think now it's time that African football needs to change. We've got Patrice Motsepe there now, and we're expecting changes, positive changes, because we know the type of person he is. Always wants to make take a standard higher, and it's about time now in South Africa that the standard goes high. You know, in terms of officiating, we shouldn't be having this problem. I mean, we were having these problems. Zoguti games are not being televised. Now we are seeing this broad daylight robbery on our TV screens, you know. And if I just have to talk about this incident, even the corner that led to the to this goal, to this penalty decision, it was not a corner; it was a goal kick. So. Yeah, I mean, the penalty itself, how it happens. Uturuk, how can he be pushing somebody? You can see even when you look at the replay of that incident, he doesn't even move, because when you're pushing somebody, there's motion. But you can see Teruk just had his hand there, and this man just fell dramatically. You know, there was no penalty there.
And of course, you'll touch a person. It's a men's game.
It's a men's game. It's a contact sport, yes. But you can see there was no force from Teruk there. He didn't move. You just see his hand there, but you know it was a disappointing one. But those are the things that we've come to express when we are when we've come to realize that they happen when you go to Africa, especially with Ghana needing those points like nobody's business. Because if Ghana didn't win that game, they were out. So I have to call a spade a spade. That game looked like it was a game that was fixed, and SAFA officials really need to take a stand on this one. That's what happened to us also against Cameroon. We had to replay the game because of a dubious incident type of penalty. This is much worse than what happened with Cameroon.
No, but fortunately enough, we have seen a petition being circulated. I'm sure it's definitely from SAFA, that petition. And then I don't want to put Dr. Patrice Motsepe on the line here. Remember, he has just assumed the presidency. It would appear as a little bit unfair for him. And now you are a president, and then you prioritize South Africa. The way I see it, it should come from SAFA. And us as South Africans, by signing that petition to say this referee and the two officials must be investigated. If it comes to push, stand action must be taken against them, and that game must be replayed. It must be replayed. And if people are found guilty that that game was fixed, Ghana should be booted out.
Yeah.
Whoever did it, they should. Guys, it's high time that we need to call spade a spade. I'm angry as I speak now. And then, I like Africa. I believe that we are all one, to be honest. But I don't think we are getting a fair treatment. Look from 1990 up to now. And they have never come here and get a bad treatment. We take them to hotels, hotels up to standard, give them the grounds, everything is up to standard. But when we go to their countries, we find it difficult. I remember, was it Thabo Matlaba, when I was interviewing here, said when they went, I think was it Nigeria with Orlando Pirates, the bed that they were sleeping on, they were hard, as if, it's a brick. And then he said, they would go in very tough situation. I think even luckily what he testified that even Dr. Ivan Kosa would even lead them from the front because they were scared, So this is not good. Even if it's called mind game, why is it not there when you look at the European countries? Why is it here? And if is it here only for South Africa? That's my question. Is it here only for South Africa? Because I've never heard any other country, Botswana or other country, complaining about the treatment that we are getting. This must be investigated and then action must be taken. Patrice Motsepe is a president. Being a South African, I wouldn't expect him to lead that, but let it come properly through the proper channels. And once it comes through the proper channels, then action must be taken. Now, you see how the boys were crying because they want to go to Qatar. And then in a nutshell, is it Bruce or Bros, the coach? He has done extremely well. Those boys were highly motivated. And then and they were playing well. They were playing. They could have equalized, They could have equalized the way they were pressing. I was really very impressed. As much as we're talking about Mshishi and others, but the boys, made it a point that we don't miss anyone. They were there, they were doing their job. But viewers out there, what's your take? If you also feel aggrieved just like us, what should be done? So let's hear from you. We think this was not fair for us. Shakes, bid the viewers farewell so that we release you.
Thanks for having me on the show, Prasobri. And thank you also to the viewers.
Okay. Sepa?
Yes, thank you very much for the part one of the show, and to the viewers out there. Though let us know, please, on the comment section, what do you think, what happened and what should happen. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Then we'll see you again on the next show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.